Hello there gamers, welcome to Gaming This Week on mygameslounge.com. I'm Respawn Rossco here with an MGL Mix special. Now this one comes with a small apology for you guys as well. Due to the sheer volume of games that have come into mygameslounge.com at the moment and all the stuff that's just going on around us, we're going to have to delay the Indie Games update and in the news this week. So there are 2 videos on My Games Lounge today instead of 4. There's Gaming This Week, which is going to have a focus on Halo, of course, as you've seen, if you've seen the headline. And we're going to look at Respawn Rants, that's looking at Sony's appearance with PlayStation at Paris Games Week, with my opinions on where Sony could definitely use a little bit of a boost when it comes to first-party stuff going into 2016, when they really need to start showing the cards there. But here, yes, we're just going to look at Gaming This Week that's mainly dominated by this, the amazing looking Halo 5. Now, there's more games than this coming out, so if you've not got an Xbox One, we're also going to have a quick look at Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition that could be good for you, as well as the option of playing Darksiders II, the Deathinative Edition of the game. That was a nice play on words there from the guys at Nordic Games, and I've got to say, Darksiders, I played the first one and started the second, but Darksiders 1 was cool, and I do feel like I missed out by not playing the second one, so I'll be looking forward to having a go at that if that is the case, if I'm the one that gets to review that one. No, there's some good gaming coming out this week. There's also WWE 2K16, which we've done a preview on. But yes, let's start where we need to go on, Halo 5. Now, we put out an in-depth preview on the MGL Lowdown on Sunday evening. Now, we did this because we discovered that the reviews were obviously coming up, I think late on Monday for us in Europe. I think for you guys listening to this over in the United States, I think you'll be able to see reviews from around about 3 o'clock, depending on where you are. So we put out a little bit of a preview with our thoughts on it over Sunday evening, so people could check that out, alongside a preview for WWE 2K16 as well, so they could check that out whilst they were watching Hell in a Cell, which seemed like a cool event. So yes, Halo 5. Now, I'm catching up to the Halo series, and it's been really good, and actually quite more emotionally pulling. I mean, you see clips for Halo and you think, oh yeah, it's a first-person shooter, but actually I can see now why fans are so kind of built into this universe that Bungie and 343 have built over the years, because there is actually quite a strong attachment to the characters. There's a good plot to it. It's not obviously as rich as like an RPG type game that are the kind of games I would tend to play, but there is a really nice story arch to it. There's a nice progression. There's a few twists and turns along the way. You got the traditional sci-fi, you know, this creature's evil kind of idea, and that's that. There's not much depth to it other than that, but it's cool. I like it. I like it so far. I want to finish the whole thing, to be honest, but I'm probably not going to be able to before the 5th one comes out, which will do mad with my OCD of completing the entire series before I start, like on 5th one. But we'll try and move past that one. Now, this is what's been described as the Master Chief's latest adventures. There's a mysterious, unstoppable force threatening the galaxy. Master Chief is missing, and his loyalty has been questioned. So you're going to experience the most dramatic Halo story to date through the eyes of the Master Chief and Blue Team and Spartan Locke and Fireteam Osiris. So there's quite a lot of kind of separation in the main gameplay there. You're going to experience the story in various different ways from various different perspectives. Now, I like that. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Unity, and I think following Grand Theft Auto 5's real success of splitting the main story from 3 protagonists' point of view and allowing the choice to the gamer of which one they want to be, really has shown that if you work on that and you do it properly, it can actually make a game exceptionally good. So I do think this is quite a good thing for the campaign, and the clever thing about this is it expands it so that you can have 4-player co-op play during the campaign. So you can play on your own if you want to, but you could actually involve your friends, challenge them and get them involved, which is really cool, and it kind of brings into this original idea for next gen gaming where you would hop in and out of multiplayer as you go. Destiny wanted to do that, and unfortunately in the first year the game was kind of a bit raw and a bit empty, shall we say. They've certainly filled it with quantity of stuff to do now, and the quality's gone up. So Halo could come in and just say, yeah, we were the original kind of game of this one, and although Bungie, you may have given birth to us, we're grown up now, and we're gonna smash and take our crown back off you, if you like. So this time, Spartan Locke and the Master Chief, there's kind of a grey area as to who's right and who's wrong here, and it probably will fall somewhere in the middle, of course. But I like it. I like this hunt the truth idea. I think it's an excellent hook for the series, and it really gets me wanting to play. What is the true version of what happened? I can see it all wrapping up and them having a bit of fisticuffs and then having a bit of a cuddle and a cup of tea, and just getting on with it and smashing some alien heads in later on in the game. But it does look very good. Now, the main feature of it, of course, other than the single player, is the multiplayer. Looking at getting into massive 24-player battles. You've got PvP and PvE at the same time in Warzone. And you've also got the arena, which is 4x4 competitive combat. Now, that's obviously where the kind of esports thing comes in with it, and this is the thing with Halo. It's always been esports orientated, and as esports gets stronger and stronger and more recognised as something that is a sport and should be treated as a proper competition, people are watching it. Over here in the UK, we're watching it on BBC Three, watching League of Legends, and it's good. It's great for the industry for that, and Halo 5 wants to be the lead way for multiplayer in esports, so they're certainly going to deliver on that. You just hope that nothing gets taken away from the experience of the single player campaign in order to make that happen. I doubt it. I very much doubt it. But I played the Warzone multiplayer at EGX, and it was great. It was fantastic. It was really responsive gameplay. It was fun having that kind of enemies and enemies that were computer generated, and obviously the real people, because sometimes you'd come up against an enemy but there'd be quite a big mutual enemy in the same place, so it was a case of, oh, is he going to shoot me, or shall we just take on the thing together? So it's that kind of who's going to strike first. So it was nice. We took out, it worked out, we took out the enemy together, then we started shooting at each other, and it was great fun. I really enjoyed it. Bringing back Destiny into it, because of Bungie's involvement in the Halo series as a foundation, it did feel quite Destiny-ish. Now that's wrong, isn't it? Because Destiny feels Halo-ish, but it depends all on your perspectives there. I just feel like the worry for Halo 5 is there is more direct competition and comparison to it than there ever was before. Now that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. They can just come in and smash it and say, yeah, it might be similar, but we're the originals and we're the best, and that's brilliant, and I hope they do. But at the same time, gamers have obviously got a little bit more kind of to compare and like, and we're like this about Destiny, I'm not sure about this in Halo. So there is a little bit of that. They're not coming in at the game from the same areas they were before, but I am looking forward to getting some Halo 1, guys, and I never thought I would actually be saying that, but I am. I'm really getting into the series now, and it's an interesting perspective that to come into it so far down the line. Now, speaking of down the line, talk about the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. That's the last time I'm going to do that. I did it on the other video. It wasn't any better. WWE 2K16 is coming out on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and on the last generation consoles as well. And there is some kind of behind the scenes games going on. This is Sunday night as I record this, and Hell in a Cell's coming up. I've just seen on Twitter that a number of people that are at the event are actually going behind stage, and some of the superstars and famous people are having to go on 2K16, because that's kind of cool. I like that. It's out on Tuesday in America, and I think it's Friday over here in the UK, which will be the 30th. And we like a bit of wrestling on mygameslounge.com. But I'm going to say this word to the people at 2K Games and to all wrestling fans out there. It's got to be fun, hasn't it? And I think back to Royal Rumble on the SNES and all the WWF as it was then games, and WWE games going forward. I've not really cared if it's been exactly realistic. I've not cared if the real voices have even been used. All I care about is it a good representation of what's on TV, and is it fun to play? And it's safe to say that the repetitive nature of last year's gameplay, when they released the first one on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, wasn't fun. And it didn't matter about all the qualities, the graphics and the other kind of modes that were in there that were really rich and deep. It just wasn't fun enough to play to make you want to play those cool modes. So if you look at the in-depth MGL lowdown that we've done on mygameslounge.com, there's loads of improvements, there's loads of different things they've added. It looks like they've really tried to build on the foundations, plus add a load of new content. So just have a check of our preview, see what you think about it, see if you think it sounds like it's good enough for an improvement. We're certainly looking forward to having a go of it. We want to have a go of it as soon as possible, but that obviously depends on distribution, so we will let you know as soon as we've got our hands on it what we think of it on mygameslounge.com. Now, two other games. I'm going to start with one that was kind of a remaster. We've got Darksiders II Deathinative Edition. This looks good. I mean, if you've not played Darksiders, it's an adventure game, and it's kind of it goes a little bit old school. It's a bit like a Zelda type game in a way, in the way you kind of have to work through levels to get open doors to other levels, and you kind of go backwards and forwards through puzzles, but also you've got quite a lot of combat and action. It's a really, really good series. Now, I can't sit here and say I've finished Darksiders 2, that would be lying, but I have finished Darksiders 1, and Darksiders 1 was excellent. I really, really enjoyed it, and I believe that Darksiders 2 kind of picks up where that not leaves off. That's wrong. What it does is it tells the story of Death, who's doing things at the same time as War. War's the one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, who's in the first game. Death's another one of the four horsemen of apocalypse, and he's doing things at the same time as War. So the stories kind of intertwine a little bit. So if you did miss this one, or you missed the first one, this has some clues as to what went on in the first one as you go as well. It's worth having a look at that one, gamers. If you're not interested in Halo 5 or much else this week, that's certainly one to pick up. It'll probably be slightly cheaper, and it's a nice one to look at. Now, there's also Divinity Original Sin. Now, this is for us RPG guys. Now, I want to play Halo 5, so I'm putting Divinity Original Sin to one side, with probably good reason, because there's lots of games coming up to swallow up most of my life. And Divinity Original Sin could certainly be one of them. It's so big, it looks beautiful, there's so much to do. Check out some of the details we've got on My Games Lounge for Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. They've really reworked everything for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. They put out some really nice footage on the combat and how they've kind of manipulated the combat style so you can kind of pick which one works best for you. I like the look of that. I wouldn't be so sure about this, but had I not been so impressed by the way Diablo 3 translated onto consoles, I think this is actually going to really, really work and work just as well. So certainly get on mygameslounge.com for more coverage of Divinity Original Sin next week as we go. But no, this week is certainly going to be dominated by those guys at 343 Studios and Xbox. And it's certainly about time, because we've been waiting for this a long time, gamers. We've been waiting for gaming to kick off. It's here. The October release schedule is absolutely crazy, and Xbox One gamers are looking forward to the release of Halo 5. Now, I will say this, it is very possible that the reviews have gone live today, and we will update the article on mygameslounge.com with some of the big review scores for you. So if you get onto this video, however you get onto it, we share it around the internet, but just go onto the main article and have a look, and we should have some scores for Halo 5 if you want to see them. Obviously, if you don't want to see them, don't go on the article. We'll hide them behind something. It's quite up to you what you want to do. Okay, guys, but thank you for joining me on Gaming This Week. Expect the indie update and gaming news tomorrow, which will be Tuesday from your perspective. So check out Tuesday. We'll have 2 more videos, the ones we'd normally do. But we just got to spend some time playing some games this weekend, guys. Thank you for joining me. I'm Rossco, and I will see you on mygameslounge.com.